Hi, Malcolm Walker here on Wild But True, and for this installment of our series, I've chosen an animal that truly is a force to be reckoned with, the grizzly bear. But if you were to ask most people to name a dangerous animal, they would probably say something like a lion or maybe a hippopotamus. So why should you be afraid of a grizzly bear? Well, to answer that question, let's go through 3 points. Despite their size, grizzly bears can run up to 35 miles per hour, which is around 56 kilometers per hour. To put that into perspective, that's about as fast as a human can run. And this is especially impressive considering that grizzly bears are much bigger than humans. Their top speed allows them to chase down prey such as deer and elk, and it also allows them to escape from danger, such as a hungry wolf. In fact, grizzly bears are so fast that they can easily outrun a car on a highway. I know this because it's happened to me. I was driving through Yellowstone National Park one summer when I suddenly slammed on the brakes. I had seen a grizzly bear in the road up ahead, and I didn't want to hit it. But the bear kept walking into the road, and pretty soon it was right in front of my car. I couldn't believe how fast it was. It seemed like it was running, but it wasn't trying to get away from me. It was almost like it was taunting me. Anyway, I managed to stop my car in time, and the bear wandered off into the bushes. I still can't believe how fast that bear was. If it had charged me, there wouldn't have been much I could do to stop it. Now, some of you might be thinking, ooh, a scary bear from the woods? How original. All of these factors make grizzly bears one of the most feared animals in North America, and rightfully so. They're powerful predators that shouldn't be messed with. So if you ever see one in the wild, be sure to give it plenty of space. Remember, it's not just a big furry animal that looks cute. It's a deadly machine that can easily overpower you if it wants to. Where can you find these super stouts in the wild? Well, primarily, they're found in North America. More specifically, grizzly bears can be found in the western part of the United States and Canada. They tend to prefer habitats with lots of trees, such as forests and woodlands. But they can also be found in more open areas, such as grasslands and even deserts. In fact, grizzly bears are the most widely distributed bear species in the world. However, because they require large territories, their populations are often isolated from one another. This means that there are only a few places left in North America where you can find grizzly bears in large numbers. One of these places is Katmai National Park in Alaska, which is home to more than 2,000 grizzly bears. Another place is Yellowstone National Park, which is home to about 700 grizzly bears. First off, let's talk about location. But enough about where they live. You're probably wondering why they're so dangerous. Oh no. 2, let's talk about why they're so dangerous. First off, grizzly bears are big. They can weigh anywhere from 600 to 800 kilograms. That's around 1,300 to 1,800 pounds. To put that into perspective, that's about the same weight as a walrus or a white rhino. Not only are they heavy, but they're also strong. Grizzly bears have been known to run up to 35 miles per hour, which is around 56 kilometers per hour. And they can climb trees just as quickly as they can walk. They're also excellent swimmers and can catch fish with ease. All of this makes them very efficient predators, and it's no wonder that they re at the top of the food chain in their ecosystem. Because of their size, speed, and strength, grizzly bears can easily overpower any animal that tries to attack them. And that includes humans. In fact, grizzly bears are responsible for more attacks than any other animal in North America. The good news is that most of these attacks are defensive rather than predatory. If you encounter a grizzly bear, the best thing to do is to stay calm and slowly back away. If the bear feels threatened or cornered, it may attack. But if you remain calm and give the bear space, it will most likely just walk away. Of course, this is easier said than done. After all, how many of us would be able to keep our cool if we were face to face with a giant angry bear? Probably not many of us. That brings us to point no. 3. Let's talk about a grizzly bear. Fact that makes them so dangerous, they're fast. So there you have it. 3 things that make grizzly bears so dangerous: their size, their strength, and their speed.